Since there is a whole lot of nothing in the toy aisles of Target and Walmart and at my local toy stores, might as well play with the action figures that I already have. Since I have amassed a lot of G.I. Joe Classified Series Recondo action figures on clearance, so presenting the ones that I already have kit bashed. So let's start. So Recondo clone number 1. This is Blaine Recondo Cooper. So it's just a base Recondo action figure. Nothing has changed except for the inclusion of the minigun set. So let's do a 360 of the base action figure. So this build I already presented in a previous video. Presenting clone number 2 of Recondo. So this is Deep Jungle Recondo. Okay, so instead of the two-tone version which G.I. Joe Classified Series has offered us, the Tiger Force version, this is now utilizing the Sergeant Stalker body and parts from G.I. Joe Classified Series Tiger Force Outback. Okay, so let's do a 360 view of the action figure. So the only different element on this action figure is going to be the rifle. So the rifle that this action figure now sports is actually the G.I. Joe Classified Series Recondo rifle. Now the only difference is going to be a change in the magazine. So that is not the magazine that this rifle came with originally. So that is a magazine from the rifle of the G.I. Joe Classified Series Python Patrol Cobra Officer. And the second thing that I did to this rifle was to use a little bit of acetone to tone down the color of the wrap on the rifle. So I took off some paint on the wrap of the rifle. So that is a more subdued looking rifle. So instead of that white wraps really standing out or sticking out in this Deep Jungle Recondo, it has to be a subdued color this way. And since the G.I. Joe Classified Series Duke and Drum Cycle Tiger Force set is also on clearance at $20 per set, so I was able to get a few sets. So I was able to utilize also the Duke body for Recondo. Okay, so let us first do a 360 view of this action figure. So this is the newer build of the Recondo figure that I have on board right now. Okay, so changes. So let us first take a look at the rifle. So the rifle, that is your standard Recondo rifle, except that I included a scope and I changed the magazine. So I did not take off the paint on the wraps. That is just the standard paint on the wrap of this Recondo rifle, so it would mix and match with the total color of the action figure, so it's more aesthetically pleasing and vibrant. Okay, so let's take that rifle off and take a look at the new body of this action figure of Recondo, I mean the character. Okay, so utilizing the G.I. Joe Classified Series Tiger Force Duke, so we took off the paint on the collar and we also took off the paint on the shirt. So that used to be white, the collar used to be red. For the knee guards, I also took off the paint of the knee guard, so it's going to be just one straight color instead of a different darker color on the knee pads. And I also changed the boots. Okay, so changes to the handset or the glove set. So this used to be really red on these knuckle parts, so I took off the paint on the knuckle parts. So this used to come from G.I. Joe Classified Series Duke, the first version. Okay, so as for gear, now the gear, so this thing comes from G.I. Joe Classified Series Python Patrol Cobra Officer, so with the pistol belt. and the accessories on the pistol belt. Actually, they are original pieces from Python Patrol Cobra Officer. So the pistol, the knife, now except for the knife that used to be a thigh mounted knife, but I really am not a fan of thigh mount systems, so I'd rather have all my gear on my pistol belt. As for the back of the gear, so let's take that backpack off first. So this is a Recondo backpack. So Action Force Valaverse FDE magazine. Now that is the flashlight from the AK-47 of the Cobra Officer. So instead of leaving this holder without anything in it, I'd just rather have that piece of accessory there. So it's going to be a whole system. So these parts are also painted just to provide additional contrast to the overall look of the action figure. And the bag, the color of the bag matches the color actually of the shirt. So this is what you could do possibly with your G.I. Joe Classified Series Tiger Force Duke. So if you want a different looking Recondo, a two-tone Recondo that is it's still of course Tiger Force because of the stripes on the pants. So this is Tiger Force Recondo. That is another version of, maybe we could call it to a Tiger Force Recondo. So two versions of Tiger Force Recondo. Since we're already at it, at play, at work, so might as well put on another action figure that I recently also kit bashed. Presenting G.I. Joe Classified Series Sergeant Stalker 3.0. So this is another version of a Sergeant Stalker figure that I have in my collection. Okay, so let's take a closer look. So the rifle, Action Force followers, so PCC, pistol caliber carbine, Scorpion Evo. So the color of the rifle matches the uniform or the camouflage pattern of Sergeant Stalker. So complements the action figure, rifle, uniform, and changes. So G.I. Joe Classified Series Tiger Force Duke backpack. So we have a use for that backpack, and instead of a Action Force Valaverse Delta Gear set, so we reverted back to the more classic design of Sergeant Stalker, which is the Y harness and pistol belt. But this is going to be a different Y harness and pistol belt, not the one that G.I. Joe Classified Series has issued to the character, but the Y harness, just the harness that comes from G.I. Joe Classified Series Lieutenant Falcon. Since I modded that Lieutenant Falcon, so I took off the Y harness from the pistol belt. So this is a free piece that I could use with my Sergeant Stalker action figure. Now the pistol belt that comes from G.I. Joe Classified Series Tiger Force Duke, and so with the pistol and pistol holster. So instead of a drop leg configuration, I just cut off the straps and glued the holster directly to the pistol belt. So that's the reason why we have an additional accessory for Sergeant Stalker, which is a binocular. So that is something that the G.I. Joe Classified Series Duke action figure would really come with. But you could also issue that with Sergeant Stalker. So to really liven up the build of the action figures. So instead of having the same thing, you could have a different flavor to an already existing action figure. So classic looking, but at the same time, the gear is different. Since I already mentioned Duke in this video, so might as well put in G.I. Joe Classified Series Tiger Force Duke. So let's do a 360 view of the base figure. So utilizing the G.I. Joe Classified Series Tiger Force Recondo base body. So I just changed the head unit, the handset. So those are glove handset, and of course the bandolier that is from your G.I. Joe Classified Series Tiger Force Duke base figure. So I just transferred the gear from this figure to this figure. So just the bandolier, and of course we have a change of rifle. So the rifle is going to be a PCC, Pistol Caliber Carbine Action Force Valaverse, and of course helmet is going to be Action Force Valaverse 2. So very simple kit bash or mod for a Tiger Force Duke. So since we already have a Tiger Force Duke, let's put in Tiger Force Recondo, and let's put in another action figure, Tiger Force Lieutenant Falcon. So let's do a 360 view of this another version of Lieutenant Falcon action figure that I have. Okay, so utilizing the Recondo body, the G.I. Joe Classified Series Y harness and pistol belt from Sergeant Stalker. So the shotgun is going to come from G.I. Joe Classified Series Falcon. The backpack with antenna and the knife, G.I. Joe Classified Series Lieutenant Falcon. So with that beret. Now the head unit is going to come from your G.I. Joe Classified Series Origins movie Snake Eyes. Playtime, fun time, kit bash time. G.I. Joe Classified Series Tiger Force. So if you don't find a lot on your shelves, same old, or rehash items, might as well play with the action figures that you already have in your collection. So instead of chasing the wind, go and play. So if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe to help me grow my channel. And see you on the next action figure or custom action figure review.